Welcome back to the channel, my fellow soap addicts. It is an absolutely beautiful day to dive headfirst into the madness of Port Charles and dissect the drama we all love. The flashing red and blue sirens reflecting off the Kane living room windows signaled a seismic shift in. The deafening silence was broken only by the cold, metallic click of handcuffs, forcing everyone involved into an impossible corner with no way out. I cannot believe he actually put the cuffs on. I am sitting here in the dark at 2 a.m., typing furiously, because my brain is completely short-circuiting after watching this latest episode. I mean, we all knew it was coming, we all knew the walls were rapidly closing in on her, but seeing it actually happen, seeing Harrison Chase slap those steel cuffs on Willow Kane, absolute cinema. I am literally losing my mind right now. I need to get this out of my system before I explode, because my group chat is entirely asleep, and I have opinions. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most satisfying, devastating, and completely wild downfalls they have ever written for. Remember when they tried this kind of dramatic arrest arc with Nell Benson? Or even Carly a few years back? Yeah, didn't work then either, because certain characters always managed to wriggle out of it at the very last second. But Willow? Oh, Willow is done. She is entirely cooked, and I am so here for it. Let us just talk about the sheer emotional weight of that living room scene. Because the acting was phenomenal, Willow is standing there, literal tears streaming down her face, looking like a cornered animal. She is begging Chase, pleading with him, crying her absolute eyes out, asking him to just turn a blind eye. She actually had the audacity to ask him to lie to his commanding officers and tell the PCPD that he could not find her. Are you kidding me right now? Did she really think she could just bat her eyelashes and manipulate him one last time? And you could see the absolute agony on Chase's face. Because he loves her, right? I mean, not in love with her anymore. Obviously, he is married to Brooklyn now, but they have so much history together. He has always been her knight in shining armor. He has always been the guy to give her the benefit of the doubt and protect her from the big bad world. But not tonight. Tonight, the pride of a police officer won out over whatever lingering affection he had left for her. Chase painfully, agonizingly executed that arrest warrant right in the middle of her pristine, perfectly decorated living room. I kind of felt bad for her for like half a second. Seeing her sob like that, completely broken and terrified. Wait. No, I do not. What am I even saying? I do not feel bad for her, AT. She literally paralyzed her husband and conspired with a mob boss. She deserves to be in the back of that squad car. But, man, the emotional conflict was so raw. Chase reading her rights while her voice cracked in despair is a scene that is going to go down in General Hospital. And can we talk about the sheer panic in Willow's eyes when she realized Jack Brennan's escape plan was totally busted? She was stalling. She was crying and begging Chase because she was desperately waiting for Brennan's cavalry to arrive and swoop her away to some non-extradition country where she could hide out. But the clock ran out. It was too late. The realization hitting her face that Brennan was not coming, that she was entirely on her own to face the music, was just chef's kiss. Did Brennan sell her out? Did he get held up because of his own WSB drama? I bet he realized she was a sinking ship and cut his losses. So, Chase hauls her in to interrogate her about her relationship with Jens Sidwell. Jens Sidwell. The biggest, baddest criminal underworld boss we have seen in a minute. Congresswoman Willow Kane, the former sweet little school teacher who used to judge everyone else for their moral failings, is now being officially tied to an international. The absolute irony of it all is staggering. She spent years acting like she was the moral compass of Port Charles, looking down on the Corinthos family for their mob ties, and now she is going down for associating with Sidwell. But wait, because the episode did not just stop there. Oh no, the writers decided to give us everything we ever wanted and then some. Because who walks through the door the exact second the cuffs go? Michael Corinthos. I screamed. I literally threw my popcorn and screamed at my television. Michael swoops in like an absolute vulture, flanked by his high-priced lawyers, looking completely unbothered and utterly ruthless. And let us not forget, Michael is living his best life right now. He is happily dating Jacinda, he has fully moved on from the toxic wasteland that was his marriage to Willow, and he has just been sitting back, waiting for this exact moment to strike. He did not even have to get his hands dirty. He just let Willow destroy herself with her own hubris. And now, he is standing in her living room, demanding temporary emergency custody of Wiley and Amelia. Can you really blame him though? I know some people on the forums are loving this whole villain era for Willow and think Michael is being too harsh, but personally, I would not want my kids anywhere near a woman who drugs her current husband and conspires with fugitives. Michael looked her dead in the eye and basically let her know that she is never seeing those kids again without supervision. It was so cold, so calculated. It was the most Michael Corinthos thing he has ever done. Remember when Nell Benson tried to keep Wiley from him? Michael has been through this exact custody war nightmare before, and he is not going to lose this. He is going to take those kids, protect them from the media fallout, and Jacinda is going to be playing stepmom full-time by the end of the week. Honestly, good for him. He finally learned how to play the game without letting his emotions ruin his strategy. And what about her political career? Congresswoman Kane is officially a wrap. You cannot survive a perp walk in handcuffs for conspiring with Jen Sidwell. The media circus is going to be absolutely insane. Her political career is completely over, dead in the water. She is going to be stripped of her title, her office, her influence, everything. She wanted power so badly. She wanted to be this untouchable political elite, and she lost it all in one single night because she got greedy and thought she was smarter than the law. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself, because we have to talk about the most explosive part of this entire storyline. Drew Kane. My God, Drew. Willow's arrest not only puts an end to her political career, but it sends her marriage to Drew into the absolute abyss. As if the marriage was not already completely dead the second she injected him with that paralytic. But now, all her dark secrets are being exposed to the law. Everything is out in the open. Imagine being Drew for a second. You wake up trapped in your own body, fully aware of your surroundings but unable to move or speak, and you slowly realize that your own wife is the one doing it. And she is doing it to control you, to keep her own secrets buried, and to maintain her shiny political image. It is the most twisted, dark, psychological torture I can possibly imagine. And now that Willow is in police custody, the truth about the paralytics is going to be part of the official police record. Drew has rapidly regained his speech and mobility, and he is out for blood. The marriage is over, obviously, but this is going to be a war of mutual destruction. Drew is going to unleash hell on her. He is going to testify against her. He is going to make sure she rots in a cell at Pentonville for what she did to him. And honestly, I am rooting for him. I never thought I would be fully on Drew's side, but Willow crossed a line that you just cannot come back from. And think about the ripple effects this arrest is going to have across the entire canvas of the show. Nina is going to lose her mind when she finds out her daughter is in jail. Nina is already spiraling because of her own drama with Drew and the lake incident, but seeing Willow behind bars might actually break. Will Nina try to take the fall for her? Will she try to bribe the judge? Because you know Nina cannot handle her children facing consequences. And what about Brooke Lynn? Brooke Lynn has been secretly framing Willow for the hit-and-run crash, manipulating the GPS and letting Chase think Willow is a mess. Now that Willow is actually arrested for something entirely different, is Brooke Lynn going to feel guilty? Or is she going to use the Sidwell arrest to further prove that Willow is a criminal and keep the heat off herself? I swear, if Brooke Lynn gets away with her frame-up just because Willow is already going down for the Sidwell stuff, I am going to be furious. But also, it is kind of brilliant storytelling. I just keep replaying that moment in my head. Chase's voice shaking slightly as he reads her Miranda rights. Willow's knees buckling as the reality sets in. Michael standing in the background, a silent sentinel of consequences, ready to whisk his children away from the game. It was beautifully shot, perfectly acted, and the pacing was flawless. We have been waiting months for this shoe to drop, and it dropped like an absolute anvil. Am I the only one who thinks this might be the storyline of the year? Because the stakes have never been higher, everyone is compromised. Everyone has blood on their hands or secrets in their closets. But Willow was the one who thought she could juggle a political campaign, a paralyzed husband, a mob boss alliance, and a fake escape plan all at once. She flew way too close to the sun, and her wings didn't just melt, they spontaneously combusted. I am so incredibly invested in what happens next. Will Willow try to cut a deal and flip on Sidwell to save herself? If she does, Sidwell is going to put a target on her back in prison. You do not just cross a guy like Jen Sidwell and live to tell the tale. She is in so much danger, and she doesn't even have Brennan to protect her. Okay, I need to go to sleep, but I am way too wired. This show has completely consumed my life again, and I am not even mad about it. The writers finally delivered the payoff we have been screaming for. Will Willow survive the wrath of both the legal system and eventual Drew Kane, or is this truly the end of her? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep the conversation going.